Yo, 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 yo. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Kicking with the Crew. Got my guy Matt here with me. It is just us two tonight for you guys, man. Matt, how you doing so far this weekend and tonight, brother?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Normal weekend, college football, watched Georgia beat up on Alabama, went to the gym. Here we are.
Yep. I been out with the family today and then just got back home, watched a little movie, ate some food. About to get back into it. As we can see, we already got Nathan in the comments. Just gonna be me and Matt, like I said earlier for you folks. I'm still getting this shared around. But yeah, man. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the normal. Kind of want to go right into the Colts, but I'm gonna try and stay on track, and we'll just start this off with last week, man. On Thanksgiving, the Packers beat the Lions 31-24. Cowboys beat the Chiefs 31-28. Ravens beat the Bengals 32-14. I actually went 3-0 on Thanksgiving, picking all of those games. Bears beat the Eagles 24-15. Saints beat Dolphins beat the Saints 21-17. Jets beat the Falcons 27-24. 49ers beat the Browns 26-8. The Carolina Panthers beat the Rams 31-28. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Titans 25-3. Buccaneers beat the Cardinals 20-17. The Seahawks beat the Vikings 26-0. The Bills beat the Steelers 26-7. They were chanting "Fire Mike Tomlin," which is crazy over there. Chargers beat the Raiders 31-14. Broncos beat the Commanders 27-26. Patriots beat the Giants 33-15. And then to start us off for Week 14, the Cowboys lost to the Lions 44-30. Looks like the Cowboys' chances might be over to make the playoffs. And as we all know here as Colts fans, we lost to the Texans 20-16. And I can tell you now, man, it was nothing but frustration for me all Sunday. Kind of wanted, I mean, it was pretty much over with for me. I picked us to lose the game just because of the way things been going. I do pick them every single week, but it just kind of was pissing me off the way the game went, man.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it. I definitely sat there and was looking at the score. I knew it was going to be a long game, and I was kind of glad I wasn't watching it when I looked at the score in the second quarter, and we still hadn't really put shit up yet. So, I mean, it just felt like going into that week that game was going to be frustrating. So,
yeah, man. So, there's just so many things to go off of from the game and everything. Like you said, you didn't watch it, so I give you a little recap of basically what kind of happened. I know you say you saw the scores and whatnot, or kind of was like following quarter by quarter. But it was I mean, it just didn't feel right. Like, I mean, like every single week we do this thing where we talked about it before, where me and you kind of had some discussions early on in the season with the start of the games and the overtimes and basically the half times and stuff, and how he always has started to take the ball to get us going on offense first. Kind of starts there. Then basically Jonathan Taylor falling off a cliff here. And it's crazy how everybody just forgets how he's the best back in football. I guess basically if you're putting up the stats, people call you the best. If you're not putting up the stats, people just forget that you're even there. Especially the crazy part is when it's not your fault. So like, we're not even running. Like we completely just decided to stop running the ball, and we get in deficits or even close games, and we just don't run the ball. Like it's been consistently. We've seen it versus the Chiefs and we've seen it versus the Texans now. We really will be in a tight game, and then we just go uh, pass, and it's just like we just throw everything away for whatever reason. Um, and it's just kind of been this way since the Pittsburgh Steelers game.
Yeah, I mean, you and I have talked about it early on, taking the ball first. Um, Shane early on in the season, he had pretty good script to start the game, and it's starting to look
Mm-hmm.
like his script is just not being game planned very well. And I brought it up a few weeks ago, where everybody thought that I was crazy, but I said, do we think that he's starting to overthink, his game plan? Because they were talking about a lot of times where, he's going into Friday, he's going into Saturday, and he's making tweaks to the game plan. I don't think he's starting to trust what his instincts are telling him when it comes to watching film and things like that. And he kind of thinks like, you know, um, just that I don't know, man. It it's starting to become a mess. And we said it backstage, we're starting to make the haters dance. Everybody was saying the schedule was easy early on. That was why we were where we were. Now we're 1-3 in the second half of the season, where everybody was saying they were going to see the Colts fall off, and it's definitely been happening, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, that and that's the part that kind of irritates me as well because it was like we wanted to sit there and just kind of throw it under the rug and whatnot. You never really want to look at other teams across the NFL and sit there and say, "Oh, this is why you're winning." Because you're playing bad teams, just because it's the NFL. But it gets to a certain point where it's like, damn, is that really why you're winning? And when you look back at the teams that we beat, it was literally people made excuses for the Chargers and said that they were hurt. That's why we beat them, even though we were injured at the same time. And then you had the Denver Broncos with the leverage call. So some people can sit there and say, "See, I told you so," and this, and that. It's been year over year, like since 2014, that we've consistently just gave everybody the ammunition to say, "Oh, the Colts are not for real," and it just has never stopped. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But yeah, man. So this game started out. It was 3-0. Houston was driving, and pretty much this is another thing that's been kind of a tape is our defense has not been bad, but we aren't stopping anybody from driving the football. Like everybody is outgaining us. It almost just feels like Anthony Richardson is playing quarterback again, and we just know the possession for us is just dying. Like we do not hold on to the football anymore for very long, and teams are just holding the ball against us for very long. So yeah, it started 3-0. The Texans pretty much killed off, or no, actually we kind of went back and forth to start the game. That's my apologies. But yeah, they started 3-0. Then we drove back down a little while later in the second quarter and scored a touchdown, but we missed the extra point, which has pretty much got Michael Badgley cut from the team. We could talk about the kicker as well because I do not like the kicker that we picked up. Then Nick Chubb scored a touchdown also in the second quarter. And then it was kind of a little bit of a slow game from there. Pretty much it was a lot of defense. Then the Texans got a field goal. We came back and threw another touchdown. Don't know why we didn't go for two, but we kicked a field goal and tied it up 13-13. Nico Collins ended up having a rushing touchdown in the fourth quarter. There was some questions and people discussed and talked about the field goal that was made or the extra point kick. I personally don't. I really don't care for any of the officiating. There was a lot of that went on. And then we kicked a field goal in the fourth quarter. There was also another defensive pass interference that a lot of people wanted to flag for instead of us being able to get a first down and potentially be able to keep moving, stuff like that. So there was just a lot of it, man, that people complained about and whatnot. But I just think a lot of it was us depending on if we could score 30, we're going to be a problem for anybody. And that's just not the case anymore. 281 total yards of offense to Houston's 364. Which is good by our defense, 256 passing yards to our 195, and they had 108 rushing yards to our 86. And we still outgained them per play. We just didn't have the ball very much. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's total turnaround from what we were doing early on in the season, man. Shane's not, I don't think he's calling the offense that he was calling earlier. You said it earlier. He's not Shane Steichen anymore. He's starting to turn into Frank Wright. Danny Jones with his leg injury, not being able to move around in the pocket like he was early on in the season.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts to hinder us when he can't make that first throw, that first read. Now he's got to go through his progressions. He's affected by that leg, and just not running the ball the way we're supposed to. This offense goes where Jonathan Taylor leads us, and not leaning on Jonathan Taylor is just crazy to me.
Yeah, it's insane to me. And I mean, and just like you said, with the first reads being taken away, passing too much, different things, offensive line. I mean, they haven't played terrible, but basically just not leaning on them like we were anymore. And then the people that keep blaming Daniel Jones, it's kind of crazy to me. It kind of irritates me just because of the fact that like I wasn't a Daniel Jones truther to start the season, but he hasn't been the problem. So the fact that everybody wants to keep talking about him every single week, or oh, if Daniel Jones doesn't do this, the Colts don't win. If Daniel Jones, blah 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 blah, he hasn't been the problem. So it just kind of irks me like the way that things just kind of have shaken out, man. Let's jump into some of these comments here. Nathan started off. He said, "You don't gotta agree with me. I promise you, we will disagree with anybody. It just doesn't matter. But you don't gotta agree with me. But this offensive line needs to get their head out of their ass. It's a must win, and Shane and Balor's jobs are on the line. He also says that JT has a minimum 20 touches tomorrow. Don't want to see Daniel Jones try and throw a wet football. Um, yeah, man. I think we all have agreed there. I mean, we think JT needs the ball. I mean, it's a very simple game plan. I mean, if Shane wants to throw the ball, we all know throw the score, run and win, whatever. But the problem is we don't get back to Jonathan Taylor, and even when the game is close, we'll come out in situations where we go pass, 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 or we'll run the ball one time, get 1 yard run, and then he don't want to run the ball no more. Like that shit's got to stop. Um, Appreciate you, Nick, for coming in. Jags fan coming in here. Pooval, welcome in. Appreciate you for giving us a view. What up, Tress? Appreciate you coming in. He says, "Hey, Matt and Leroy, are y'all for the Hoosiers or the Buckeyes?" Who you got, Matt?
Hoosiers.
Got the Hoosiers. Yeah. I don't really have a rooting interest. It'd be cool for for Indiana to get the win just because they haven't. I guess supposedly they haven't. What was it? They haven't beat Ohio State since before Google was created. So yeah, that's how long
That's
it's
crazy.
been. So yeah,
What's
so
that, the 90s?
I'm not even sure on the year. Yeah, got to be around there. But yeah, so it would be nice.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't have any stakes in that game. I don't even have football on right now. I'm watching the Devils game, so
yep. And then Alan Salazar looks like a new name. Says hello. Appreciate you for coming in. Nathan also says he's glad that Carlisle is back. We'll see, man. I got a tough thing with these guys that are injured all the time and then they come back just because they usually end up injured right all over again. Like Juju, Anthony, Jelani Woods, the list goes on and on and on of all these guys. Tressa says, "Where was y'all at last week? I was hitting the panic button." I didn't hit the panic button. I mean, it just kind of things have just been kind of sketchy for me since we beat Atlanta. I thought that we could beat Atlanta. It didn't look right. Didn't go well for us. We didn't play our best game. Still came out and scored 30. And then, we get into the bye week and could have fixed some stuff. So I wasn't necessarily panicking just because the way I kind of seen the way things were going after we lost to Kansas City. I didn't want to. I wasn't hitting the panic button. I just think that there are certain matchups that would get the best of us. So, yeah, we all got busy last week, though. That's pretty much what happened. I wouldn't even say panic button. It's kind of just like this is the oh, here we go again button. That's what that is.
yeah. I don't think I necessarily panic as a Colts fan anymore, man. It's been, I don't know, a decade since really we've done anything special. This year we all were riding pretty high for a while there, but I think deep down I've been waiting on the downfall all season. So it's like, when were we going to play bad? When were we going to start doing, the Colts-esque things since we've been under Chris Ballard as GM? So yeah, I'm not panicking. I'm hitting here we go again type button. Another Carson Wentz like year where we're going to come down to, last week. Are we going to make it to the playoffs? Are we not? Which is starting to really look like the same season because it was against Houston that year as well. And we missed it from a drop pass to Tyler Goodson. I swear to God, if that happens again, Tyler Goodson can just get fucking booed out of goddamn Indy. But
yeah,
I'm not really panicking. It's just year in, year out, same shit. I just want them to prove us wrong.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah, I'm not too sure about any of it. I just, like you said, it's the same shit. I'm almost getting to the point where I need to think. I need to find a new hobby because my sports teams have got me fucked up. Like I'm just sick of it, man. Every day.
Yeah, the Devils are on like a 4-game losing streak. We're losing right now. That Philly's got beat out of the fucking playoffs, and the Colts are now on a downward spiral. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same thing here, man. Gators went 4-8. Lakers, I mean, we're kind of good right now, but I mean, Luka and LeBron are hurt; they're out right now. The Giants stink. Just like every other goddamn team. So it's like, oh my god, bro. Especially with the Colts, though, because the Colts are the team I look forward to the most, and it's just it's like either we're mediocre or we're doing good. All we got to do is this, and we'll make the playoffs, or we'll do this, or whatever. And then anytime it matters, you put anything that fucking matters in front of this Colts team, and we shit the bed.
Anything. And I was saying it in the chat to Trev and Zach. I was like, it's not even that we lose and play bad. Like I've watched other games, primetime games, things like that, and teams lose, but they play really well. Exactly. Things like that. For us, it's like when we lose, we don't even look like the same fucking team, man. It's like we play a game at 100, and the next week we play a game at 0. And other teams that lose, they'll either play 100 or 60. Like, why can't we get that 60? Because if we get that 60, we're gonna win. It's like we lose by playing god fucking awful, and then we all want to blame the refs. I'm like,
every time.
We can't do that. We can't sit here and blame the refs. We can't be like, oh well, they made an extra point. Or they made an extra point they shouldn't have made. That's fine, sure, but how about we put up 16 points? Like
exactly. How about we not drop the fucking ball on 3rd down?
Yeah.
Like come on, bro. Like,
if we're putting up over 30 points like we were early on in the season, we wouldn't even care about that missed extra point or made extra point. Whatever. We would have won 31 or 34 to 20, but we're not playing the same football that we played early on.
Exactly. How about we not get a goddamn illegal formation on like a freaking 30-yard first down or something?
I started to blame Ballard because he stepped out of his comfort zone, made a trade that he doesn't normally do, and as soon as that trade was made, it was like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah,
going to overtime against that. We go into overtime against Atlanta, and then we drop the next 2?
2 out of 3.
Yeah.
So it's like, geez, no panic button. It's just all normal stuff of being a Colts.
Here we go again.
Yep. Robert White looks like a new commenter. Says it's my birthday on Christmas. I play football. Shout out to you, man! Congratulations and happy birthday. Hope you guys.
I'm too old to play football now. Shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't even play a 2-hand touch game if I wanted to. Fucking knees gonna pop out of place.
Yeah, Nick says 100% chance of rain tomorrow. Gonna be some ugly ground and pound game.
I disagree. It's not going to be an ugly ground and pound game. It's going to be an ugly. We're going to throw the ball 40 fucking times and run the ball maybe 15.
Yeah. That's what Shane will totally think. Like it's raining. Yeah. They think we're going to run. Let's throw the ball.
Yeah, we're going to throw the ball, and then everybody's going to blame Danny Dimes, and I don't put anything on Danny Dimes. I'm not putting anything on him. I'm looking at the play calling, and we're not playing complimentary football. It's not on Danny Dimes. Yep. Danny Dimes can only do so much, especially with a broken fibula. And then you just played against a defense with probably the best pass rush in football.
Yeah, the best defense, the most complete
the best defense. Yeah, and now we're about to play another one that's top 5.
And we only gave up 1 sack? Like, come on, man. I'm pretty sure it was 1 sack, if I remember that correctly.
I've had to stay off social media because I can't go on Twitter and see all the Anthony Richardson fucking pictures and shit. And I'm like, stop. He would have thrown 7 interceptions last week.
Yeah, dude, I can't even understand that. There's a couple of people that literally keep saying, like, on Facebook, they'll say, "What's the excuse for Daniel Jones this week or whatever?" And then somebody else on Twitter will say, "Put AR in." I'm like, bro, he on IR. He can't even, like, even if we needed him, he's no good to us. Like,
yeah, he's on IR. He ain't playing. What you guys want, Riley Leonard?
Like, we got to stop this, man. But yeah, he said number 1 run defense in the Jags going to show out tomorrow. I mean, they probably could. I mean, even if we did, I don't want to put anything against the Jags. I'm not trying to downplay them at all. But literally, just like I think, what was it? After the game, some Texans fans were sitting there talking about, Jonathan Taylor only had 81 yards. Like, nobody's containing Jonathan Taylor. There aren't too many teams that are actually containing Jonathan Taylor. We just will stop running him the ball. So I get people want to say whatever they want to say. That's how it works or whatever. That's how you win your argument because you can pull up the stats or whatever. But I truly don't believe there's ever been a time where somebody's really just shut him down. It's like we will just stop running him the ball.
What drives me crazy about when Shane gives up on the run game is when he just runs like a halfback dive or an inside zone with no misdirection blocking, no misdirection whatsoever.
Exactly.
And JT gets stopped for 1 yard. If you look at all of JT's big runs, his 10 plus, his 20 plus, hell, his 80 plus yards, they're creative. They've got tight ends blocking down across the line of scrimmage. They've got guards pulling, tackles pulling, like misdirection runs. That is where Jonathan Taylor thrives. When you're blocking down, you're not just blocking straight up. And he just gives up too early on the run game. He's like, oh, well, 1 yard here. We're going to throw 7 times before we even try to run the ball again. And it's extremely annoying.
It pisses me off, man. Yeah, Nathan says here, fire Shane and Ballard and start over.
I'm not there yet.
I really can't say I'm far off from this. I really can't.
I'm not far off from it, but I mean, here's the thing. If we have another fallout where we don't make the playoffs after starting 8-2, yes, I'm 100% on board with this. If we make the playoffs, if we win a playoff game, don't be surprised these 2 guys aren't going anywhere. You don't fire people after making the playoffs. But if we don't make the playoffs, if we lose out, yeah, dude, both these guys need to be fired. Clean fucking house, man. And hell, I'd hire goddamn I don't know, Lou Amaruno as our head coach. I don't care. Bump him up. But
yeah, it's tough, man.
100%. Yes.
I got 2 completely opposite reactions to this game. Like as far as fandom goes, man. On one hand, I'm completely on board with this. It's not even to the point about like, I think Shane is a good offensive minded coach. I think Ballard has actually done more than most people would like to give him credit for as far as the roster goes and some of the players that we do have and stuff like that, because a lot of people said that we were talentless at one point and stuff like that, or that like it always shifts back and forth. And then like on the other hand, it's like, when is this going to stop? Like, I mean, since the AFC Championship game in 2014, this has been the Colts. Every single year, either mediocre, bad, or we're gonna be good right up until it matters. Like we said before, like anytime a game matters. Oh, guess what? If you just beat the winless Jacksonville Jaguars in week 1, you win the division and play a home playoff game. And guess what? You lose to a 1-15 football team. You give them their only win on the season. All right, you know what? Forget about that. We'll just try again 2 years later. All you need to do is beat a terrible Raiders team and a terrible Jacksonville Jaguars team, and you lock up a playoff spot. What do?
Both of them.
Lose both games. Not one. Both games. And guess what? I want to say that Jaguars team, they won 2 games. Like, It just irks me, dude. Irks me. It just kills me. Like I don't know what it is with this regime, these players, the building, whatever. I don't know what to call it. But I'm telling you, it's like on one hand, I'm like, like it's tough to just throw everything away because you don't just go 8-2 by accident. Like it just doesn't happen. But on the other hand, it's just like it's not just this year. This has been a repeated cycle. And if we go from at one point being 7-1 to potentially missing the playoffs, like
Yeah.
like I don't really believe in the percentages and the chances and stuff like that when they say, oh, this is your percentage to make the playoffs and stuff. But just looking at it, there was a graphic that was up the other day. It was like 93% we make the playoffs with a win. It was like 17% with a loss. Make the playoffs, bro. We were just leading the division by 2 games.
Bro, we dropped from like the number 1 seed to like 6.
Like, so it's just like it I don't know. It just baffles me with this team. Like, I'm so detached as far as emotionally, like as far as like when somebody says like, because like I'm always wearing some kind of Colts gear, and somebody, oh, you a Colts fan? You guys good this year? And I'm just like, yeah, no, we suck. Like,
yeah,
you guys are 8-4. What do you mean you suck? Like, no, we're not for real. We're a fake football team. We were fool's gold all year. Like that's all. Like I literally can't even take my own team serious, and it's crazy. And so, on the other side of it, though, it's kind of just like don't overreact because it's like we still got I think like 5 or 6 games left, and it's like I said before, I think it's more so that we've beaten ourselves rather than have truly lost to anybody. Because if you think about it, we went from averaging 30 and being one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL to now barely scoring 20 and literally holding every team to like 20 points a game. So it's like if we can find it, get back to what our offense should be doing, then we can right the ship. It's just my problem is I have zero faith that we're gonna do it. That's the problem.
It just goes back to Jonathan Taylor, man. It's every game we've put up 30 plus points on. Jonathan Taylor accounted for at least 21 of those points.
Yep, every single one.
Like every single one of them. So he was scoring 3 touchdowns a game. I mean, what he's got what 5, 6 games I think of 3 touchdowns.
I believe I want to say it's 4.
Something like that, man.
Because he got 15 touchdowns total. And I want to say I know there's for sure 3 with 3 touchdowns. And then one, I want to say 2 with 2 and 1 with 1. Rushing touchdowns only. And then receiving touchdowns, obviously.
Yeah, it's just, it goes back to him. Yeah. We go where Jonathan Taylor goes, which means we go where Shane Steichen realizes this team goes where Jonathan Taylor goes. And it's been like that for years since we drafted Jonathan Taylor. Exactly. Since we drafted him, we go where he goes. He is that guy.
Exactly.
And we found a quarterback, I believe, that complements that type of offense. It's kind of like Tennessee with Derrick Henry, dude. They went where Derrick Henry went. Ryan Tannehill went in that system and didn't have to do much.
Yep.
And now we got Daniel Jones. We said it before the season started. Daniel Jones is not a hero ball player. He's not a Matthew Stafford. He's not a Justin Herbert. He's not a Patrick Mahomes. He's a Ryan Tannehill. He's an Alex Smith.
And that's literally all we've ever asked for. It's just give us
that's all
average. Now we finally have that.
Yeah.
And Shane want to act like, oh yeah, let's just overuse it.
Yeah. Well, stop overusing the guy you're not supposed to overuse. You know what I mean? Go with Jonathan Taylor. Why? I'm sorry. On second and long, why are you not running screens? Why are you not getting Jonathan Taylor on the edge, on outside, open space? Jonathan Taylor in the second half. How the hell is he not touching the ball if we're down by 1 score? That man's the guy that in the second half he plays better than he does in the first half. He breaks tackles.
Absolutely agree. And that's the craziest thing to me. It's like I get you like to open up with the pass game or whatever. You like to do all this and that. You like to back the defense up. Totally get it. But when it's getting down to crunch time, like when we're playing Kansas City and we get the ball, right? We're up, I think it was 4 points at the time. There's 5 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock.
Yep.
We punt the ball with 4 minutes and 54 seconds.
You put the ball in a hero ball player's fucking hands. That's what you did.
With 4 minutes, like, come on, dog. There's no reason in that period of time that we are not running the ball. Like, I could settle for the run 1 yard, run 1 yard, run 1 yard. Guess what? You at least
took off 3 minutes.
It's at least about 2 minutes and 1 to 2 timeouts.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that pisses me off because it's like, bro, you're so smart, but it's like his game management when it comes down to it, that's what is killing us. Like it just makes no sense.
And we've said it. His 4 minute offense, his 2 minute offense, the worst in the NFL.
It's awful.
The worst in the NFL. I've been texting you separately all year about it. Yep. Every time we have a 2 minute drive offensively where we could put up points, it ends up being a fucking 3 and out, or it ends up being, we get 1 first down and then boom, we just stop moving the ball. And it's been like that all year.
I remember telling you that early on in the year because I felt like it wasn't like I was just like, this is gonna come back to bite us at some point. And I remember we kind of just swept past it at the time because it was like we're up 17. So like it was like whatever. You don't really like it was just something that trickled in the back of my mind just because I didn't like it. I didn't feel the urgency. I didn't feel like we were trying to be like Tom Brady and those boys back in the day where it's like, look, we score before the half, put them away, and then we get the ball back again and we add 3 more or 7 more. That's ball game right there.
Yeah, but the issue is that we're starting with the ball, right? And then we're ending the half. We're under 2 minutes. We have the ball. We give it back to them. They score. They get the chance to score again. We've been lucky a few times where we've forced 3 and outs to start the second half.
Or we'll just do nothing with it.
Yeah, and then overtime. He does the same shit in overtime. Just crazy decision making. He's overly aggressive, and he's not calling the offense that fits his aggression.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. I just don't feel like why does he feel like passing is the only way that you can be aggressive? You can be aggressive and run the ball. Aggressive.
I think I turned the Kansas City game off in the fourth quarter when we had like 3 possessions straight where we didn't run the ball, and they were 3 and outs, and it was like 9 straight passes. And I was we were winning at that game at that point, and I was like, wait a minute, why did Jonathan Taylor not touch the ball? And I was like, what, I'm turning shit off. I'm going to the gym. And I left. I went to the gym. I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, no, I can completely understand it because at some point you gotta stop. You gotta stop getting in your own way. Like it's just ridiculous. It just makes zero sense, especially when you're winning. Like, what are you even still throwing the ball for? Like, if you're in a fourth quarter with
under 8 minutes, just run the ball
with an 11-point lead, all you need to do is kill clock. Like, take your win and go home.
Just run the ball. Like, we don't need deep passes. 4 yards here and there. Jonathan Taylor will make it happen. It's crazy.
Yeah, it pisses me off. Because just like you said, like I was so close to turning off every game, but it's just for some reason I like to sit in misery due to the Colts for some reason, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. They got some curse on me.
That was the best part about last year being in Korea. I didn't have to sit with it. I just didn't watch it. I'm in a whole nother country.
It's like, it doesn't even work. Just tell me win or loss.
Yeah, that was all that mattered.
Kobe says, I hate that narrative. The fact is, you win the games you're supposed to win, and you'll find yourself in the playoffs. It's the NFL.
See, that's what we're saying. We hate that narrative too. Mm-hmm. But the issue with the narrative right now is it's making the narrative look true. The Colts are making it look like it's realistic. It's a thing. Like, we played bad teams early on in the year, and now in the second half, this is literally the time that everybody was like, early on in the year when we were winning, they're like, you're only beating bad teams. Wait until the second half of the year. That's literally what everyone was saying. They were like, wait until after your bye week. And we were like, no, there's no way. I mean, this is the NFL. It's not college football. Strength schedules, things like that don't matter. After the bye week, now look at us. We're sitting here like, what the hell is happening to this team? Like, it's just a complete 180 from early on. I still don't like but
the crazy thing is it's not even like what the hell is happening to this team. Most of the time I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is Shane doing? That's what I'm
100%.
saying most of the game. Like, because like I'm looking at our defense is playing well. I mean, outside of, there's been some drives where we're getting ran over and guys they're just keeping the ball for way too long. Like, we're not forcing enough turnovers. Like, we've still been averaging one a game, but like we need the defense to be more opportunistic, but that's a different conversation. But we're holding teams and making them kick field goals. And it's like, hey, Shane, wake up, dog. If we just consistently get 3, you're eventually going to get a touchdown. Like, why is our offense just falling off a cliff now? Like, it's just crazy that's the part that's happening with it all. It's like we can deal with some of it, like you said, after the bye week. It's like, okay, you're going to play some tougher competition. Your points should drop like 5-6 points. They should drop by 11.
Half. You just cut our offense in half completely. Yards, points, everything in half.
That's just
unacceptable. And Kansas City doesn't even have that good of a defense. So make it make sense. The best defense we've played so far this second half is Houston.
And we still moved the ball against them. We just had penalties that had dropped us back. And then a lot of it was his play calling. And obviously, Daniel Jones can't move the way that he wants to move, but we had drops in that game on crucial downs. I want to say we had a penalty on another big play that we had to, I can't remember if it was, I want to say it was Josh Downs. He had another big play in the game and there was a penalty on it, but it's just, that's another thing. Penalties are killing us too. We keep getting those at crucial times.
I mean, we've had those all year. We've had issues with those all year. It's just getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let me see. Nathan says Shane gotta go because he stopped letting JT run the ball, and Shane cared more about passing the ball. Shane gotta go. I hear you on it. I'm not gonna stay too stuck on it, but it's just I think we still got more football to be played, but he definitely has to get back to what we need to do. Dave is telling me stop that Lakers talk. It ain't too much going on, man. Just a little bit, Dave. Just a little bit. Nick says, this is the Jags fan. He said, I understand the negativity for y'all, but to be honest, I think the Colts are turning the corner. Mama Ursay gonna have y'all right the next few years. Just got to get her own GM. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like I kind of was thinking about this as well, because this goes back to that firing of Ballard and Shane conversation, and I was kind of thinking about it, and it was like, what do you do? Like, you can't really blow it up. We don't have a first-round pick for the next 2 years, so that would do us no good. And then I started thinking, do we double down on this team and just go make another trade for a couple more players, another edge rusher, make sure we add another weapon for Daniel Jones, because I also think that has become a problem for us as well. I know we traded A.D. Mitchell, who wasn't playing too much, but I really think that we need another weapon at receiver, somebody that can create plays and create separation, because that's been another big issue for us. Is Shane was really good at scheming people open, but the only person right now, that has really been able to create separation and get himself open is Alec Pierce. Josh Downs isn't separating like he typically was, and Michael Pittman Jr. has never been that player. And Tyler Warren's great, but that's all contested stuff usually. Some plays that he gets schemed wide open. I mean, we got no choice but to, I think, in my opinion, to double down on this team and just kind of keep building up with what we got, make some trades for more and stuff like that, and just trying to keep going all in. But the negativity is just because this is what they've given us for years. I think somebody asked Zaire Franklin about the losses that we've had down in Jacksonville, and he basically said, y'all think about it more than us as far as the players and stuff like that go. And I retweeted it, and it was basically just like, we've been fans of this team longer than anybody on this team has been on the team. So you can't sit here and say that we think about it more than y'all. That's because we've been watching this team year over year over year. Like, you're just here for right now. We the ones that have to see this every single year. So that's pretty much where the negativity comes in, man. Every single year we have to keep seeing the same thing. And you got me and Matt, who are two of the biggest people sitting right here, that'll tell you this ain't negativity. We just don't expect us to win it.
That was literally just playing through my head. This isn't negativity, man. This is
it's just facts.
I think our show I think our show has always been pretty unbiased when it comes to like, our predictions and stuff. A lot of us didn't have us going 7-1. A lot of us didn't have us starting 8-2. A lot of us had us at 11-6 or
I think it was 9-8,
11-6,
8-9.
9-8, 10-7. Like a lot of us, we didn't expect to be in the positions we were as the season went on. We didn't expect Daniel Jones to be at one point leading the NFL in throwing. I mean, a lot of us would have probably told you Jonathan Taylor would have been up there competing for the number one spot as a running back. These other guys on the show would have told you about Tyler Warren, not me, because I'm not big on college football like that. I mean, I watch it, but it's more like background noise as I'm doing other stuff. It's just to have football on. But like we're pretty unbiased, and we've been like that since we started the show. So it's not really negativity, man. It's just us looking at things from a perspective of not being homers. Like you go when you watch some of these other shows, and they're all going to tell you, they're going to talk
We're
up the
great.
Colts all day long. Yeah, we're great. We're fine. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We'll be all right. And me and him, the other guys too, we'll see here. We'll be like, nah, man, this is bullshit. Yeah, like
We're gonna tell you like it is.
We're pretenders, man. Like right now, that's just how it looks, and it's not us being negative. It's just us being realistic.
It's just the facts. It's just the facts. Chester says, let me ask y'all this. We have 5 games left. Who y'all got us beating? So my prediction basically right now to end the season, which like this is basically like if things continue to trend the way they are, I basically got us going 1-5 or 2-4 down the stretch. Like that's basically where I'm sitting currently right now. I think if we end up going the route that I think would happen, because we'd end up probably finishing 9-7, I think we'd end up beating Jacksonville or Houston. That would be.
I feel like those are the only two wins. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna lose tomorrow. I'll even start that early. I really feel like we're gonna lose tomorrow because I haven't seen us win in Duval since I was still in my early 20s, and I'm in my mid 30s now. So
I was barely out of high school.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like I couldn't even tell you. And earlier I didn't have us losing to San Fran, but it's not looking like we're gonna win that game. Same as Seattle. I definitely don't see us beating Seattle. Not playing like the way we've been playing. But I definitely see us beating Jacksonville and Houston in weeks. What is that? 17 and 18. And that'll be that. That's the way I see our season ending, man.
Yep. It sucks. Sucks bad. But yeah, I basically had us. If it went the way that I thought it would go, I had us losing to Duval. I thought Seattle would beat us. I picked us to beat the Niners. I picked us to beat the Houston Texans in Houston. And then who was that last game? Who am I missing?
I don't remember. I thought.
Yeah, no, that was it. Yeah, so it would basically been lose that game to the Jags and then go 2-2. That was basically what I would have had. But the way this is looking, I think we win 1, maybe 2 more, maybe 2 if we get lucky. But I can see
us dropping 3 more, man.
Yeah, just don't feel very confident in what we've put out there thus far. And with a fracture, we saw Michael Pittman Jr. last year. I mean, maybe it can start to feel a little bit better, but ultimately, Daniel Jones can't do everything by his damn self. He needs some help from his coach. Kobe says, thankfully, the AFC is weak this year. The Colts will make it with 1 more win this year.
I don't see that, man.
Honestly, I don't know, because if you look at the wild card right now, everybody's 8-4 in the wild card. So, Baltimore and Pittsburgh are both.
My issue isn't the rest of the AFC right now. It's the AFC South right now. It's Houston and Jacksonville.
Yep.
I mean, we got Houston right on our asses, and they've already beaten us. And Jacksonville is first in the division right now after we dropped 8-4. So, I mean, it's not the rest of the AFC I'm concerned about. It's just the division right now. And I thought we had this division on lock early on in the year, and then somehow Jacksonville and Houston just always wants to fucking stay in it.
Yeah,
Fucking
I
annoying.
never.
They're like goddamn cockroaches, man. They just don't go the fuck away.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is if it was us that was on that other end of it, we wouldn't have never done what they did. Like that's the
No,
crazy part.
nope. We
And
would
Houston,
have went. We would have gone 4-14, 4-13. Like,
yeah, we would have just stayed trash. Like
yep,
it's
we
just
would have.
crazy. And that's the thing with Houston too is the fact that like they're right there. Their defense hasn't really given up 20 to anybody, so it's like they're not going anywhere. Their offense
Nope.
can keep being mediocre, and their defense is
Yep.
just going to keeping them right there. So.
Shit, their offense looked better with Davis Mills playing, and then we got C.J. Stroud, and we still lost.
Yeah, yeah, and we still made him look like he'd been playing well all damn year.
Yep.
Fucking crazy, bro. Nick also said, I fully expect Tyler Warren to go off. The Jags give up so many yards to tight ends. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I mean, who knows with Shane? Like, I mean, Tyler Warren's pretty much had pretty good games.
Shane doesn't seem to attack teams' weaknesses. He's never done that. He's never attacked teams' weaknesses. So
he's always surprised us.
Tyler Warren might get maybe one catch or one target all game long. If we know Shane.
Yeah. Just says we're gonna win tomorrow and break this curse.
No, we ain't.
You won't hear me giving my opinion on anything about us.
Yeah. No, I don't see us breaking the curse tomorrow. That ain't happening because we're falling right into the curse that we've had since Andrew Luck retired, and that's being trash. So.
Yep. Yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough to believe in it. But yeah, with that being said, man, so the Jags offense, theirs is not really all that great right now. Trevor Lawrence,
they always are against us.
Yeah, exactly. And that was going to be another point. So they haven't been great on offense, but their defense has been creating a crap ton of turnovers. And their special teams probably the best in the league as far as returns 100%. Goes. They get almost a punt return or a kick return like almost every other game. And then, like I said, defense creates turnovers. Trevor Lawrence, like I said, I thought he's been pretty average as far as some of the game goes. It's crazy. A crazy stat about him when his team is either like the score is even or they're behind or his team is ahead, he sucks. He's not very good. Yep. But when his team is at a deficit, he's almost elite. Like one of the best in the game, which is crazy.
My issue with Jacksonville is that Trevor Lawrence always looks elite against us.
Yeah.
Against us. That dude just picks us the fuck apart, man. It's always those rollouts, those goddamn play action plays, man. They just kill us with those, man.
Yeah, I think I don't know his stats off the top of my head, but I know he has it's like over double-digit touchdowns and like 2 picks or something like that against us. Like Trevor Lawrence just kills us. So I basically had tweeted out when I saw we're 1 point favorites, I think it is, or 1.5 point favorites versus Jacksonville tomorrow. And I tweeted out, I said, we're 1.5 point favorites with everything that people know about the Colts versus Jacksonville in Duval County. I was like, we might lose by 30. The way this shit might look tomorrow,
that's better as just one money right now.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's absolutely annoying. And
I think I'd feel better if we were going into tomorrow as underdogs.
Exactly.
I think it would make more sense to me if we were going in as underdogs. But the fact that we're going in as 1 point favorites, I'm like, yeah, no, this is an L. Chalk it up.
It would make me feel so much more better if they said Jacksonville are 8.5 point favorites at home versus Indianapolis like this week. And the most annoying part of it is I feel like we're going to lose. I think we're going to lose. Even though I think this team should. I mean, there's been plenty of times where I thought we were better than them and we still lost. But it's just the most annoying part for me is knowing that and we could still end up making the playoffs or whatever or anything like that. But to sit here and think and know that I have to hear all week about how the Colts are just falling further down and how we lost to this team, even though I already knew what should have happened and what was going to happen, just the fact that I have to listen to it. That's the part that just annoys the hell out of me.
Yeah, I stayed off social media. I didn't listen to any podcasts this week because I just did not want to hear about it. I didn't want to hear the amount of times people were like, "Oh, Colts haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014." I didn't want to hear it. I don't. We're gonna hear it tomorrow as soon as the game starts. Like it's gonna be one of the big opening headlines.
Yep.
And that's gonna start my day of being like, well, fuck me. Here we
They're
go.
gonna show the little circus chart. They're gonna show the time when Peyton Manning was the quarterback from 2000. Actually, I want to say the Jags even gave Peyton trouble, right? No, Peyton was the one that killed the Jags.
It was Tennessee that gave Peyton trouble.
Luck, and Luck also had the Luck was the one that was better, or had trouble against the Jags. But they're gonna pull up that graphic and show from 2000 till 2009. We always usually beat the Jags, and it's gonna go from.
Well, I don't think Luck had issue with the Jags either, if I remember correctly. Luck used to dominate the AFC South, but it was like I think he's only lost to Jacksonville like twice. But there was the one game we lost against them. I think it was 2014. We lost 6-0.
Yeah.
Because Frank Reich literally called the same exact plays he called the first time.
No, that was Houston.
It was Jacksonville. I remember it was Jacksonville because we beat this dog shit out of them. It was the year we had Eric Ebron. We beat the dog shit out of them, and we kept running like reverse runs or like tight end sweeps. And then Frank Wright went into the second game against them in Duval and called the same exact shit, and we lost 6-0.
Oh yeah, you're right. It was 6-0. It was a different score when we lost to Houston. But yeah, man, I'm just tired of it. I really wish. I don't know. Like I'm gonna tell you this. Like Tress is saying she's rooting for the Colts. We're winning, damn it. And when we do, y'all remember and think of me. I'm gonna tell you right now. If we win tomorrow, I'm gonna say some unholy shit. It's good. I will quickly be on the Super Bowl train if we break that curse. No lie. But we're just not going to win. So I'm not. I wouldn't even get myself hyped up for that. But she also said, y'all making me think these games are rigged. But I promise, I wish these games were rigged because then I could sue for the stress that the NFL and the Colts have put me through for all these damn years over this game. But no, it's not even about being rigged. It's like I said at the beginning of the show. What was it? When the Jacksonville Jaguars to open the season in 2020, when we had Phillip Rivers, the Jags beat us. They did not win another game the entire season. We could have won the division if we won that game. And that was also our best chance to break the curse. They were garbage. They weren't expected to win a game. They would have been 0-16. And we lost to them. And then another time in 2021, we could have beat them again. They ended up having 2 wins that year. There's just no reason for me to possibly think that we should beat them in Jacksonville.
We're literally the same team for the last 6 years that have played in Jacksonville, and we've lost.
We lost to them.
We've only got 1 or 2 new people on this roster that might make an impact, but Alec Pierce last time in Duval had over 100-something yards. We still lost.
Was that
it was like 134
that
yards.
That was the game I want to say Flacco dropped like 35 or something like that.
Still lost.
And still lost. Gave up almost 40. Just makes no sense. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't get it. Is it just too humid down there? Like they can't breathe? I've never.
No, we can't say that because we ran up the score.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense, man. Just don't get it.
Really just don't know. And that's the reason why I say we will always lose to them, because it doesn't matter if they're at their worst, they're in the middle, they're at their best. We go to Duval, we come home with an L. It's just ridiculous. Dave Stewart says Peyton was 15-5 and Luck was 7-3. Okay. So then basically when it started, it was at the end of Luck's career, basically. Yeah. So towards that,
because he went 16-0 against the division at one point.
Yeah, so it was basically when 2014, after that year, he started having the injuries, and then that's when it started.
Yep.
So yeah, the curse is real. Um, Jess also says, "Patience, huh? I'm panicking. We must win tomorrow." I'm gonna tell you this: don't. There's no need to panic. I just don't see any reason to panic with how many games we got left. We need to manage to pull off at least two more wins. If we can pull off two more wins, we'll be a playoff team. Um, it just can't keep looking the same way. Like we have to
Yeah.
get back to running the football. We got to show more urgency as far as the end of half goes. I'd really like to see us start deferring in the first half, so we get the ball in the second half. Just basically more better game management. Like I said, running the ball. I don't think our defense has been bad. I think we've played pretty good. So only
I'm,
team
I'm,
that
I am a little concerned that even if we get 2 wins and we make the playoffs, I'm a little concerned about how that exit's going to happen.
Oh no, I'm not worried about it. I think we're a first round exit. So
Yeah, whatever.
I just want to make the playoffs. Like
Yeah.
like to me, there's no way in hell you could start a season 8-2. What is it? 8-2? Have a historic offense. Um, um, lead your division. Basically, should have had your division wrapped up. Trade 2 first round picks, and you missed the playoffs. Like
Yeah.
I just that to me
We
that's
would be fucked.
royally like
Like fuck. Like I'm not watching football for the next 2 years until we get first round picks back. Like I just not
yeah,
doing it. I wouldn't
yeah,
put myself through that shit. I'll be here on the show, but I'll be just kind of like, hey,
yeah. It'd be basically just to say hi to you guys.
yeah, pretty much.
I yeah. Like there's just no way. Like I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying it can't happen.
We
Like
can't have it. Like
I
especially
just
after we traded for Sauce, we just can't have it happen. Like we got to make the playoffs. Got to have some kind of positivity moving into next year, something to build off of. But we
like if
can't
that
build off of an 8-2 start and then missing the playoffs. You can't build off of that. That's a complete collapse, and that comes down to who are we firing, who are we
that would
trading, who are we cutting, what,
I mean
and I don't.
everything has to go whole
And
pill.
the only because the only way to get those 2 first round picks is we're trading JT, we're trading everybody.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's
JT, Q, uh, Pittman,
JT in my opinion is the
Downs.
only one we could potentially get a 1st round pick, but
I mean, I
that's
wouldn't
even
even,
potentially.
in my opinion, I wouldn't even care about first round picks no more. Just get
Give me a bunch
everybody
of
out.
seconds. Just stack up seconds. Like it's
Yeah,
just
stack up seconds, get everybody out the building, and be worse than a college team. But however you can do that, be worse than a college team over the next. You couldn't even do that. We wouldn't have the 2 first round picks. See, like this is what I'm saying.
that.
Like,
Can't even figure it out, man. It's just
like
something that can happen.
again,
I'd prefer
matter of fact,
I prefer to,
matter of
I
fact,
prefer to be
not even not even trade everybody. Just give every other pick you got away. Bring so many players in the building that there's no way this team can't get better the next year. Like that's literally the only hope.
yeah.
Because I mean, you can't even tank. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, you can't
That's
tank.
crazy. You tell
The
me you
only
missed the
way
playoff after starting 8-2 and you can't tank the following season? Yeah, there's no way.
we're not in a good situation if we don't make the playoffs. Just not.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, just win 2 games down the stretch. And like I said, I think we win one. I think we still won from Houston or Jacksonville. But if we can't pull off more than that, we're screwed. Like the
Yep.
haters will really be
For
laughing
multiple
at us
years.
after that.
For
Like,
multiple
I mean, if
years.
you're a Colts fan, you might want to stay on for the internet. If we don't win at least 2 games down the stretch of the season.
Yep.
Kobe saying here, I'm gonna say this for the playoffs. At 9-8, the AFC North will be the winner. Will be 8-9. AFC East Bills will get the wild card. AFC West Chiefs will get in at 10-7 or 9-8. Colts or Jags will get the final wild card spot at a minimum of 9-8 record. wild card with the tiebreaker. Head to head goes out the window. Well, you lost. You forgot about Houston in that scenario, because Houston would own the tiebreaker over the Colts, the Bills in those scenarios that you just named there. So Colts or Jags would have to win the division at that point, to not get left out of the playoffs. Um, the Chiefs, I think the Chiefs are done. As much as I don't want to say it, I mean everybody like keeps putting them in. I think this is just their time to kind of rethink how they're doing things if they want to make that type of comeback. Just because they still play the Broncos, and I think like another team or two, and I don't think Sean Payton would bench his players for the Chiefs. I don't think he would give them a chance to sniff the playoffs if he can keep them out. Um, and then the North, you're right about that. So somebody has to win it, and then you know that extra wild card spot. The Chargers.
That division isn't scary, but the only issue is if Baltimore makes the playoffs, they find a way to sneak in. That becomes a total different ballgame.
Yeah. So that's a tough one, man. I just I think the Chargers are kind of hurting as well. Their offensive line being down. I don't know everybody's matchup, so it's tough to say exactly, but I just think for first place, so basically to win the South, you got to win 3 more games if you're the Colts.
Yep.
And then if you want to make the playoffs, you got to win at least 2. So that's that, man. And I just don't see it any other way if we don't come away. Oh, he meant the Chargers, not the Chiefs. Got you. So yeah, that lines up. But we own the tiebreaker over the Chargers, luckily. So thank God we got that. Yeah, man. I just. And me, you pulled up those scenarios. I just started thinking in my head. That just hit me like a brick wall all over again. Because like,
yep.
I know I think I thought about that a couple weeks ago. That's why I even brought up that to start the show with the doubling down of it all. But that would be crazy if we missed the playoffs and then you can't even tank. Like you couldn't fire anybody. Like there's literally nothing you can do for the next 2 years besides keep doubling down on this team.
Listen, Tressa, I'll say this. About 3 years ago, the Colts kind of ruled over my mood. Right, I would have a bad day if we lost. I would have a bad day. I would have a bad week if we lost. Mm-hmm. But it took a couple years. But I'm at a point now where Colts lose is what it is. If I know we're about to lose, I won't even finish watching the game. I'm going to turn that shit off and go do something else with my life. It doesn't really bother me anymore. I'm mad in the middle of the game. Once the game's over, I'm carrying on. It doesn't faze me as much anymore as it used to. I don't know if it's because I'm getting old and I'm already disgruntled because my body's falling apart. But, yeah, the Colts really don't impact me like that. They really don't. They lose. They win, great. Either way, it doesn't impact my week.
Yeah, they definitely still impact me. The difference is when we lose, I pretty much just go about my day now. It sucks, but it's like basically like pretty much all year. Like for example, like when my wife would come home, she'd know the Colts won because I'd be juiced up. I'm in it. Like basically when we've lost, it's basically like they don't even exist. I'm just moving on to the next thing. We get out of the house or whatever. And then she'll end up asking me maybe later that night, did the Colts win or something like that? And I'm like, nope. Like I feel like the last 3 weeks our season is over because my quarterback got a broken leg and we literally losing games that we should win. So everything has been lost. And I pretty much just kind of been like, you know what? Maybe it ain't that bad. It is what it is. So I just I'm telling you, like, I'm not even gonna say the W word, but if that happens, I'm gonna be ridiculous next week.
Listen, I'll tell you like this, man. I go on Twitter and I'll see like how the Colts rule people's lives, man. There's so many people that I follow that like they're talking Colts nonstop. It's Colts this, Colts that, Colts this, Colts that.
That's me.
And yeah, sure, I'm like that too. But people are on there crying for an entire week after a loss, and I'm like, bro, like, give it up, dude. It's motherfucking Thursday. Game's over, bro. I might be on there till Monday.
Yeah,
Monday. You give me till Monday. Yeah, like once practice starts on Tuesday, Wednesday, you got a whole.
I'm on to the next team.
yeah, I don't even care anymore. I'm not even thinking about it. Like Kansas City game, like I said, I saw them throw the ball 9 times in a row, 3 and outs, turned the game off, went to the gym. Last week I didn't even watch it because I just had this gut feeling, and then I was busy, and I was comfortable with where I was. I was like, you know what? I'll just check the score. And I saw second quarter, it was 3-0. I was like, yeah, no, this ain't it. I was like, I'm so glad I'm not watching this game because I'd be mad.
Yeah, man, it's tough. It's really humbling, to say the least. To basically just kind of fall like that, especially with everybody sitting there telling this ain't gonna keep going, this ain't gonna keep going, and it's usually something that you can throw right back at somebody. And the tough part is, I just think that these are all fixable issues that I thought would have been gone after the bye week, and that's the biggest issue for me because, like, I thought we could have fixed a lot of the issues that we had, and it kind of seems like our bye week came at the wrong time with Thanksgiving, because it's almost like everybody just went home to eat for that bye week and didn't even think about football and just let it all stay the same. Like,
yep.
So, all right, so let's go ahead and jump into it, man. A little panic or patience. I know we kind of just went into a lot of this. But I know I didn't get to talk too much in the group chat with you guys when it all came out. I'm pretty sure it was probably a hour conversation when it happened. But the fractured ankle or fractured fibula for Daniel Jones, obviously I don't really think there's another option. I know a lot of people have already started to sort out and say that he's going to go back to Minnesota. It's basically going to be us competing with us to pay him. So we know we should pay him. There's no reason to go back to the QB mediocrity and the carousel of it all. But fractured fibula, offensive line was not playing well. They did do much better than I thought they would versus Houston. I thought he might get obliterated out there. So overall, that wasn't terrible. But panic or patience on the broken fibula for our quarterback behind an offensive line that's kind of been up and down for the last 5 weeks.
I'm not necessarily panicking about the injury. I'm more panicking on Shane when it comes to the injury, because it's in this situation with his fibula and his mobility being limited. Well, like we said earlier in the show, we went on a rant about it. Jonathan Taylor needs to touch the ball a whole lot more. We need to be able to take some things off of Daniel Jones. Stop trying to put the games in his hands when he can't move around the pocket as well as he was, and that's where my concern is. So I'm not necessarily panicking about the injury itself, because I don't think he looks terrible, but I am kind of panicking about how Shane manages the games around the injury.
Yeah, I'm completely with you. Like I said, I told you, like, I don't see the issue where people keep coming up with stuff for Daniel Jones and stuff like that. Like, yeah, he had 201 yards versus the Houston Texans defense. But if you watch his game versus Josh Allen's game, where Josh Allen was sacked 8 times, like, you tell me which quarterback would you be panicking over? Obviously, yes. I'm not saying Daniel Jones is Josh Allen. I'm not saying he's as good as him. I'm not saying any of that. But I think if you're panicking over what you've seen from Daniel Jones, I just think you're completely falsing in the wrong. And I think you need to stop watching football or stop trying to judge quarterbacks. I have patience with Daniel Jones. I don't think he's the problem here. I really think his head coach and his play caller needs to help him out. And it really would be nice for some receivers to get back to what they normally do. Josh Downs, get back to separating and stop dropping the goddamn football. Michael Pittman Jr., he also had a drop. Kind of get back to what we were doing with him and some of the short stuff. And we don't always have to go to him on every third down as well, as far as when the game's on the line. And Alec Pierce, just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, pay him already. I think this is stop being a topic of conversation, because if we let him go, we really are cooked. And then run the ball with Jonathan Taylor. All right, let's jump into the next one. Panic or so this one is
that laugh.
This
what
one,
the fuck?
This one kind of pisses me off, dog. Like, because I swear, like, I remember we had this conversation. I remember Zach's been wanting Sauce Gardner for a while, so this is no shot at Sauce, But I truly think instead of trading the 2 first round picks we traded for Sauce Gardner, we should have traded 3 first round picks and got Myles Garrett. It's like what I was thinking that we should have did. But basically, since we've traded for Sauce Gardner, he came in, and I think he was already dealing with some injury. He'd been limping for a couple of weeks, and now he's got a calf strain. They're not saying he's going on IR, but we basically seen our lockdown, no fly zone secondary for basically 17 plays is what I've been calling it. Panic or patience with Sauce Gardner and his defense to where we just keep taking injury after injury after injury.
I mean, this was a panic or patience that we had early on in the season because we were taking injury after injury after injury, and even before, I know that we were kind of getting torched a little bit, but we still weren't letting up a lot of points. So when we looked at that trade, I was pretty hyped about actually making a trade, and then getting a guy like Sauce Gardner, I think, is good for any defense. But when we looked at where we were really struggling, I really thought that it was more of a pass rush. So I agree. I think we should have went after a guy like Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, Trey Hendrickson, something like that on the front. I don't think I'm really panicking though when it comes to Sauce Gardner and the injuries. I think because we've seen plenty of our second, our second or third string DBs this season, I'm not really panicking over the secondary right now.
Yeah. I just realized that your the bottom name was 8-5
but I have no faith about tomorrow, man.
Yeah, no, I don't either. But yeah, I'm panicking here, man, just because of the fact that we gave up 2 first round picks, and this is the same conversation that we just had. And it's like to think about what you can do. Like it's basically when you trade those 2 first round picks, you're going all in on from the top down, from owners letting Ballard know to GM to head coach to quarterback. You're all in alignment saying that we're into this to do this. And I'm just kind of irritated at the fact that he can't stay on the field. It's not even about play. I think he's been pretty good. I know a bunch of people try to call him out and say he did this, and that, blah, 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 whatever. But he literally was playing pretty good. And I know Nico Collins had a decent game, but between Sauce Gardner and Charvarius Ward, they gave up a total of like 8 catches for like 70 yards or something like that between the two of them. So I have no problem with the two of them and the way that they were playing. But it's just the fact that. Go ahead.
I'd say when it comes to injuries, I've been saying this for years, man, and I've been saying it. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to drop it again. If I'm panicking about injuries, I'm panicking about our medical staff and our fucking strength and conditioning coaches because
you've been on that.
We've had the same bugs for years, the same, and they're all non-contact injuries. They're all strains. They're, a muscle here, a hamstring there, and it's like they're not serious tears. They're not, serious breaks besides Daniel Jones, Yep. And we've had a lot of back issues. And that comes down to whatever they're doing in the weight room. You know what I'm saying? They're not stretching enough. They're not, lifting properly, things like that. And a lot of that stuff goes into it, with neck injuries, back injuries, all these strains. That's where I'm panicking when it comes to the injuries. I'm not necessarily panicking about the players themselves. I mean, yeah. I've got a shit ton of injuries. I don't play sports, but it comes from me. I'll be the first to tell you, I don't stretch ever. So it's like, I know damn well that like when I tore my ACL playing fucking semi-pro football back, 7 years ago, I didn't really stretch before that game. I mean, I did, but I didn't plan on playing in the game. I was a coach. They needed somebody to go in. I took my goddamn pants off and I had my pads on underneath. I threw my shoulder pads on, went in and played. And I tore my ACL. It comes from that. You know what I mean? Something is going on within the staff that it's just not working, and it hasn't been working for over 2 decades because we've had the same bug forever, as long as I can remember being a Colts fan.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I'm my thing. I mean, it's tough for me to say. I know you've been on it for years, consistent with it. I personally just don't say the staff just because I don't know anything about or what they got going on behind the scenes and stuff like that. And like Tressa even says, like when Sauce came over, he came with a concussion. He was already in concussion protocol. And then like the fact that we've lost Buckner, we don't know when we're going to get him back. And that's really been killing us as well. So
Concussions are
I'm
tough
just
because concussions are happening all over the league. I mean,
yeah,
they're getting
yeah,
stricter on it, things like that. And
yeah,
the only reason I'm even getting more onto the the way the medical staff and the strength and conditioning coaches the way
yeah,
these things are going is because I've been doing more schooling toward that, and it's like as I'm looking at it and as I'm learning, with my master's degree, that I'm working toward and my personal training certificate, all that stuff. It's like,
yeah,
what are they doing in the weight room? What are they doing to prepare these guys week in and week out when they're getting these non-contact injury strains and things like that?
yeah,
That's why my concern is there more than it is the players. Concussions, I mean, they're I don't there's no real way to prevent those considering
yeah,
the game. The game is contact. It's going to happen.
for sure.
But the calf
Kind of like
strains, they're
kind of
preventable.
goes back to the same thing with like Jonathan Taylor getting his ankle like pretty much every other year
Yeah,
or
it's
every
preventable.
year since his rookie year.
Yeah, these things are preventable, and it boils down to how they're being prepped and how they're being conditioned.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I'm just tired of seeing the injuries, man. We can't keep dropping like flies. I mean, this is a point where in time where you're supposed to play your best football in November and December. We went 1-3 in the month of November, and we've started. We haven't played in December yet, so we'll see how that's going to go. But then you also should be getting healthier down the stretch, and we could possibly be getting that way, but it's just
Yeah.
we gotta get off the schneid, gotta get off the mat.
Yep.
All right. And then last panic of patience here. Panic or patience. Um, our pass defense was ranked, I want to say like 27th or something like that before we traded for Sauce Gardner. Um, it still is basically ranked there because of the game that we gave up to Patrick Mahomes where he threw for like 350. But I think that speaks a little differently to what I'm basically trying to say here. But basically, our defense has not played bad. Like it has not been bad. But the last 2 to 3 weeks, we've been giving up long, sustaining drives, haven't created turnovers, and kind of been putting ourselves in position to where our offense can't get the ball back to continuously, try and get into this rhythm that we've been asking for. So I don't want to say like it's panic or patience as far as the defense being bad, but do you think we should have some panic, or should we be panicking, or should we have patience on these long drives that the defense are giving up to where our offense isn't getting the ball back consistently? Basically saying we need to create more turnovers on basically how the defense is just letting offenses kind of keep running.
This may sound a little unorthodox, because I'm not panicking over the defense giving long sustaining drives because we've been doing that all year, and we've only been letting up 3 points here or there. We've always been a bend don't break defense. Where my concern comes in is the rhythm offensively, like you said. I don't put it on the defense. I put it on Shane. And the reason I'm putting it on Shane is because we start the game with the ball. These games that we've lost in November, we started the game with the ball and we've gone 3 and out.
Yep.
That's the difference. We weren't going 3 and out early on in the season. We were scoring on every single opening series that we started with the ball. We were putting it in the end zone. We weren't getting 3. We were getting 7. So we were getting rhythm early by starting with the ball, and now we're not getting rhythm early by starting with the ball. Now we're kind of just 3 and out, maybe 1 first down, punting. We're not even getting into opposing territory. So that's really where I'm panicking. I really don't think it's the defense being bend don't break. I think it's Shane not being able to get the offense into a rhythm early on when we receive the ball first, damn near every game.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also. I do want to say I'm also not panicking on that one. I do just think that I would like a bit more 3 and outs. I think this is a bit more the time where you're getting closer to the playoffs. I think your defense just needs to tighten up a little bit, make sure teams aren't staying on the field for that long. Obviously, different things come into that situation. Offense is going to get theirs a little bit, penalties, whatever the case may be. But I just think every once in a while we need to be more optimistic with these couple turnovers, maybe here and there, or just playing solid defense to get off the field on 3rd down. So I wouldn't say it's a panic, but just want to see a little bit more.
I think it's really coming down to Buckner. I think when you look at
Big
when
time,
you look at the
big
defense, we're missing that leadership, and he might not have been the one making the plays, but his leadership on the field right now is being missed.
For sure.
Zaire doesn't have leadership. Whatever anybody says, Zaire's ass. I'm ready for him to go. I think he only shows up for one or two plays, and he did it in Atlanta, sure, but he's not showing up the way he should be. Kenny Moore's not showing up the way he should be.
Yes.
Chardavius Ward, these guys like that are supposed to be leaders on this team are not being leaders, and Buckner has been that leader, that anchor on the defense all year long that has opened up lanes for blitzes to come in, get hits on the quarterbacks, pressure the quarterback. He's made plays in the run game, whether he was making the tackle or forcing a running back to go into a hole that wasn't there, and that's what I think the defense is missing right now. So Buckner comes back, I think we'll be okay, but right now it's somebody needs to step up.
Yep, completely agree. All right. Forgot to mention, but shout out to the guys over at ZTV, Joey and those guys. Every Monday, the show will be played on a loop for 24 hours, so you guys can go back and watch a show of Kicking with the Crew or any other ZTV shows that they have for you guys. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. And shout out to Joey and those guys, man. Appreciate you, Detrius, for coming in here. But that'll wrap it up for us, folks. We are going to get into some predictions, Tressa. You guys may not like us too much after we make these predictions, but we always will keep it honest with you guys and keep it real on how we feel about our Colts, man. We will never lie to you guys, even though we love the team. And we can be a little bit biased sometimes, but we always are going to tell the truth, man. So I'll go ahead and start us off, man. I got the Jags beating us 28-17. We haven't won in Jacksonville in 10 years, over 10 years. And I really just don't see how that changes tomorrow. I expect us to completely turn into the clown show.
Yeah, I'm kind of in a mix here. I mean, it's a loss for sure. Points scored. I don't think either of us are going to score over 20. I think Jacksonville's going to get probably 17. I'm stuck between whether the Colts get 13 or 16 points. I think there's going to be a missed fucking point after somewhere in there. I'm not real big on this kicker we brought in, so
yeah, I don't like Blake Groupie.
No. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a really ugly game, and it's gonna be a real frustrating game to watch. And I think it's just gonna come down to like a 17-13 game.
Yeah, what's crazy? I know we're about to wrap up here, but we didn't get into the kicker of it all. But the crazy thing is we let go of Michael Badgley, who's pretty much been clutch over about 45 or so, I think it is. Blake Groupie is the complete opposite. He's been great at extra points and short kicks, but over 50, he's been garbage. So I don't know how this is going to go for us. I don't know how this is supposed to work out well. I don't see what Shane and Ballard were thinking on this. But just another point, I guarantee you this game might go exactly the way Matt just said, and we got a chance to win the game 19-16 or 19-17, and we're going to miss a fucking 48-yard field goal.
Yeah, and I mean, it's great that, the Colts want to hold accountability and they want to be like, we've been doing it all year, releasing players that have not performed well, things like that. But when does the accountability go to Shane?
Exactly.
When does it go to him? I mean, you miss a point after attempt, sure, that's fine. But you had ample amount of times to put the ball in the end zone, and you just don't. I mean,
exactly.
We lost 20-16. That means you had plenty of opportunities. And
that means you need to find yourself.
Yeah, you did nothing. You called a terrible game. That's just the way I see it, man. And yeah, I don't expect our kicker to do shit that's going to benefit us. And then leading into the playoffs, if we make the playoffs and it comes down to us having to kick a field goal, bro, I am not optimistic. I'm not going to watch any field goal being kicked in the playoffs. It just ain't happening.
I miss Spencer Strader so bad, man. Sucks.
Yeah, 100%.
Feel bad for that kid. We cut him 16 times last year, then bring him back, and he's having literally a Pro Bowl type season.
Yeah, wins
and then gets his fucking
special teams player of the month, and then next game fucking breaks his leg.
Colts luck.
Yep.
But yeah, man. Hopefully, Colts can shock the world tomorrow because it really would be shocking. But that'll do it all for us tonight, folks. Sorry for the doom and gloom episode. Hopefully things look brighter next week. We will see how it goes, but appreciate everybody who came through. You guys all have a great weekend. Be safe out there. And as always, go Colts.
Go Colts.
Second down, he fakes the Taylor, fires over the middle, completes. Pittman